What's up, everyone? What's up? And welcome to the HBCU Tailgate Tour Roadshow presented by Microsoft. It's Jalil Thurman. I have Kyle on the mic with me this week. The hype man, the millennial hype man of the year, the guy. Sorry we don't have your favorite Olympian with us. She'll be back with us next week. But today, we're in Nashville, Tennessee at the Nissan Stadium getting ready for an amazing matchup today between the Tennessee State University Tigers and Tennessee Tech. It is a rival here in Tennessee. Eddie George, Hall of Famer, head coach, is definitely going to have his work cut out for him today. I'm definitely excited to see what happens here in Nashville. You know, last week we were at Alabama A&M, but before I get to that, because you're going to give us the scoop on all of that,
know, man.
I want to remind you all to catch us each and every Thursday on the Black Report on Fox Soul to see where we're going to next. This is the fourth stop, all right? We got 3 more stops for you all, and it's going to be an amazing time. Now, last week we were in Bulldog Country, all right, and Alabama A&M in Huntsville, Alabama, and I had an amazing time. It was homecoming, and I have not been to a homecoming this year. That was my first one. And it was amazing to see. Now, Kyle, rate their homecoming to you from a scale from 1 to 10.
You know, when I was at the homecoming, I could definitely say it was a 10. I mean, the energy, the tailgate, the vibes, everyone was just really just living that HBCU culture and doing it for the culture as well. But listen, Alabama A&M homecomings, over 30,000 people who were there, all right?
It was.
30,000 people. I mean, the energy was crazy, but unfortunately, you know, A&M didn't get the W over the SWAC rivals, Jackson State. And Coach Sanders, I'm not going to lie, Coach Sanders definitely let them know that as well. But listen, there's always room to get that W again, but the energy was crazy. And listen, right now, let's go ahead and tune into our Alabama A&M recap presented by Geico right now so you guys can see what the vibes were last week. Check it out.
It was crazy.
When I learned there was a difference between us and them. The only crown I've ever worn is the one growing out of my head. But I have a secret that will expose them all. So whether they like it or not, I belong here.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber.
Breathe right into your foot.
Your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hey, y'all.
Double-fisted. I mean, two-handed. Okay.
TGIF.
Well, I got a swoop across the front. I
got hair, though, Q. Check that out.
Wednesdays and Fridays.
Well, that's all right, though. When we get our increase from Fox Soul, I'm going to get me a little transplant. Get me some hair right here.
Serving up all the tea.
Or I'm going to get some of them paste-on edges that Claudia got on right there and just paste on right here.
On Fox Soul.
We got to celebrate our very own Queen Vivica A. Fox, who recently appeared on Fox hit show, The Masked Singer.
Cocktails with the Queens.
My phone was blowing up the whole night. They was like, I knew it was you. So now I go places and they're like, what's up, Mother Nature?
Every Monday night.
I just want to say one thing. Can the people get out of my inbox? Because somebody think I'm the skunk and I'm not.
On Fox Soul.
Masked Singer, you've already had one of the queens. Come get each one of them, all right?
Welcome back to the HBCU Tailgate Tour Roadshow presented by Microsoft. It's Jalil, it's Kyle on the mic, and it's time to dive into today's Culture Connect presented by Xfinity. Now, I love the Culture Connect because I love the HBCU culture. It's nothing like it, all right? And I love being able to get some of those inside tips, snippets of what's happening in our culture. And one thing I really love about this Culture Connect is that it's always brought to you by our HBCU community, all right? You got JC representing Elizabeth City State University, and you got two Rams between B. Dot and Tali Carr giving us all that good stuff and that good Ram energy. Now, on the Culture Connect, you guys are going to always get news, highlights, and all the information all the important information when we're talking about sports and the whole culture itself. Now, the one thing I also enjoy when we were talking about the Culture Connect is that when JC gives a lot of facts, and I am interested to see what her facts will be today. And then, B. Dot, his energy is so unmatched. It's so euphoric. It's at an all-time high each and every week, and I can't wait to really see more about that. And, of course, my guy, Tali Carr, always gives us some of that good sports over there with HBCU Game Day. I love those guys. They do their thing. Now, for our Xfinity customers, I have to remind you, please be sure to take your remote. I love this feature. And press the talk button and say HBCU. And guess what? All of the dopest HBCU shows will be able to pop up. And you might even see your boy right here. You might even see Jalil on there. So make sure you guys do that each and every time to keep up with the HBCU sports, community, and everything that's happening. Let's check out our Culture Connect.
Welcome to another episode of the Culture Connect. I am your host, B. Dot, and this is brought to you by Xfinity. I know you're wondering, B. Dot, where are you today, good brother? Well, I'm in Triad Basketball Academy, 803 Wall Street, right in Greensboro, North Carolina. Jason Keith, the owner, is a very prominent lawyer in the city and also a very prominent Aggie. This establishment provides services for little kids that normally wouldn't get these services had it not been for Jason Keith and Aggie. With that being said, we appreciate him for allowing us to come through here, run around, see some of the kids, go in the back, eat some of the snacks. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, we're going to talk to my boy DJ Coop. DJ Coop is out in Tennessee. He got his own chicken spot. We're going to find out about it. And he's on tour with one of your favorite comedians. He makes you smile. Also, Dostradamus. He has your picks this week. Last week, he went 1 for 3. You definitely didn't smile, but he might do a little bit better this week. Make sure you check in with him. Listen, we at Triad Basketball Academy, connecting the culture on the Culture Connect. I'm your host, B. Dot, Xfinity. We appreciate you. Now let's get to it. Okay, bye. Welcome back to another episode of the Culture Connect. I'm your host, B. Dot, and this is brought to you by Xfinity. With that being said, man, we'd like to connect the culture here on the Culture Connect, and I have one of my homies, DJ extraordinaire, all over the country, but whenever you in Tennessee, you better make sure you check out the Chicken Coop. DJ Coop, what's happening with you, folk?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you having me, man. I like that Carolina love right now.
No, you already know. What you peeking for? What you looking at? Is your neighborhood okay over there? I saw you peeking. Are you okay?
You always got to watch your surroundings. You know.
No, for sure, man. I had the pleasure of meeting DJ Coop on tour with Lil Duval. He is Lil Duval's tour DJ. And just real quick, how did you even get that gig right there, Coop?
Man, actually, it really just came off an opportunity. Duval had came to Nashville. He was had a show at Zany's, and they had called to the city to see they was in the need of a DJ. So they was calling to the city on Manager Clay. There were different people. My name was coming up XYZ. But I asked when I talked to Duval, he's like, man, shit, I picked your ass off of Instagram. I just looked up 4 DJs, and whichever one was following me, this is who I chose.
Yeah, that sounds like
we just been rocking ever since then. When he came to Nashville, I told him. Actually, my mama told me what to tell him. She's like, "Give me your schedule. I'll make it my schedule."
No, that's real. All right. So with that being said, how long have you been DJing, and where did that even start?
I've been DJing going on 12 years. I started back in Memphis when I was about 20, 21 years old. How I got started is I always been playing drums in church and stuff into it like that. But it kind of seems kind of cliche. Like I went into a spot and I was just like, I can do this.
That's what's up. Now, of course, this is on HBCU, the Tailgate Tour, right now on Fox Soul. They're going around to different HBCU campuses all fall, right? This Saturday, they're on the campus of Tennessee State University. TSU is what they call it. Now, what you know about TSU? Talk to us.
Jefferson Street, that's history. That's Royal City, man. I like what they're doing with it now. Far as like, you know, the city getting behind the school, because we have like 10 colleges in Nashville.
Wow.
And the HBCUs really don't get no love. They all on one street.
So what's the energy like when you say it's 4 HBCUs or so right there on the same street in a city that is dominant with colleges like Tennessee, or a state that's dominant with colleges? Like, what does TSU do that's different? Like, what is it that makes them TSU?
The flavor on the chicken, if that makes sense.
The flavor. Everything with you is chicken, Coop. Everything with you is.
And we look. This is what we do. Memphis, Nashville, everything hot chicken. Memphis wings. There's everything chicken. But that's the flavor of the colleges. TSU is. So it's the biggest HBCU in the city. It's not the only one, but it is the biggest. So you have the most students there, and you know it's just based off of the history. You know, I think Wilma Rudolph went there. Some old facts, but
I didn't know that. You know I love some old facts now. Now you know I love old facts. I didn't know that. Who you said went there?
I think Wilma Rudolph.
Who is Wilma Rudolph?
Track star.
I had no clue. I'm gonna have to go to my Googles. I
don't know if she's the first black woman or she was somewhere around there.
Hey, respect. All right, with that being said, man, this is my folks DJ Coop. I definitely gotta let the folks know where to go when they're in Cashville. You got a spot there. I gotta get out there and taste it. Let them know what there it is. Let them know what the spot is.
Chicken Coop, man, I actually got a new location. We was located on 1602 21st Avenue South, right beside Vanderbilt. We're moving out to Antioch. But even with that, TSU has supported Chicken Coop tremendously. And I live off of theory. I take 2 L's and make them a W.
Okay, turn them things around. You hear me? Take them 2 L's, turn them like that right there. Bang, bang. There it is. And with that being said, thank y'all for watching another episode of the Culture Connect. I'm your host, B-Dot. That is my player partner, DJ Coop, representing Cashville, Tennessee. And we'll see y'all next time. Okay, bye. No. What Nostradamus said to you was the Jaguars were figuring it out. I said Trevor Lawrence was figuring it out. I never knew they would get 20 A's in a row. That's not nerd. Yes. Oh, come on. Oh, excuse me. I have to work now. Good day. Welcome. It is I, Nostradamus. Now what I have for you are your parlays today. And I know there are some who are angry with Nostradamus because he was not 4-for-4. He was not a Wendy's combo last weekend, no? What you need to understand is when you are putting your faith in Nostradamus, you are putting your faith in what could possibly be. This is all the grandness that could possibly be yours. All of the wealth that is Nostradamus in the sports, he give it to you to make a coin. What I have for you today are 4 parlays, but first, we have to say congratulations and salutations for one B-Dot, because B-Dot is a legendary DJ. It was proven over the weekend with the Radio Nation DJs. They even gave him this. This is a beautiful award for a beautiful man who has zero bet in the Nostradamus. But all of that will change when today. What I have for you now are 4 guaranteed locks for you to be successful if you would like to be financially wealthy. Up first for you, I have the Vikings of Minnesota at the Panthers of Carolina. Those Panthers of Carolina, they are at home versus the Vikings. They started off so strong, 3-0, and since placid, 0-2. But fret not. Christian McCaffrey, he returns along with Dalvin Cook. It will be the battle of the running backs. The advantage is the Carolina Panthers. Take the Panthers. Take the points. Matt Rule. No. Don't argue with the team. Okay. Chargers at Ravens. The Ravens are the favorites. Yes, they are. But the Chargers of Los Angeles are playing very, very strong, yes? Justin Herbert, yes. Then they have that Eckler. Eckler gets a lot of runs, a lot of catches, a lot of fantasy football points, no? Yes. The Baltimore Ravens. They are the favorites, no? Yes. And rightfully so. They have Lamar Jackson, the Wolf. He is there, but he has Justin Herbert to play against. Chargers versus Ravens. I have to go advantage Ravens. Take the points. Take the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, don't let me down. Packers versus Bears. Oh, that Justin Fields. He has come out and has become his own. Got a little banged up, but he is back. He is out there throwing. He is running. He is vicious. He is an automatic weapon offensively. It is not enough. It surely is not. Not with Aaron Rodgers there throwing to Devontae Adams every single time. It is no one else on the field. If you have Devontae Adams in fantasy football, you are very excited, no? Yes. Take the Packers. Take the points. Go Pack. Anyone have any keys for that Rodaman? And I know. Because you see me here in the finest Dallas Cowboys gear with a brand new jersey for you. You assume that Nostradamus will pick the Cowboys over the Patriots. And you assume correctly, yes. Take the Cowboys, take the points, take the over. Listen, if you should happen to listen to the 4 games that Nostradamus has given to you today, you will be rolling in massive amounts of currency. Remember, scared money don't make no money. Okay, bye.
Welcome to another edition of the Culture Connect presented by Xfinity. I go by the ultimate female host, JC, and I'm back with more information and updates on HBCU sports, entertainment, and of course, the culture. Because you know we run that, right? Kicking things off with the king of Coach Pettiness, a.k.a. Deion Sanders, better known as Coach Prime, who serves as the head coach for Jackson State University. And of course, as we know, Coach Prime has always made sure to deliver on the promises, especially since I believe is his slogan for this year's football season. And definitely he believed he was going to lead his team to a victory during Alabama A&M's most recent homecoming game against Jackson State University, leading them 61-15. But that was not the story that took place. What is the story is Jackson State University made sure that Coach Prime actually delivered that scooter that Coach Maynard asked for during a recent press conference between the two coaches. And at the end of the game, one of the coaches left a scooter for Coach Maynard because that was the request that he had of Coach Sanders due to the fact of the most recent foot surgery that he had, and that was his only means of transportation. So Coach Prime delivered it. Check out the picture. Listen, I think the coach won't ask no more about a scooter from Coach Prime. All right, listen, we got to take it down to North Carolina A&T, where J.R. Smith is making sure to keep his activities very, very stingy. Yes, most recently, he took place in his first golf tournament as an HBCU student athlete. However, he was met with some resistance of some unwanted yellow jackets who decided to make sure they laid a lasting impression on his ankles. He was attacked by yellow jackets during one of his rounds of golf. He was met with medical attention, but he did finish his round. Best of luck to J.R. Smith, because not only is he dealing with the academic struggles, but now the yellow jackets is after him too. Wait, ain't that a mascot from somebody? Anyway, listen, this week at the HBCU Tailgate Tour, we are kicking things off at Tennessee State University. And like no other week, I have to give you an update on an athlete you may or may not know that attended Tennessee State University. Not only went on to do great things representing his university, but he also made it to the NBA and is still making an impact to make sure that you know his HBCU got him to where he is. I'm talking about my good brother, Robert Covington. Check this out.
So let me get this straight. You could go to Tennessee State University, be ranked 7th of all time in scoring and in rebounds. Not only did you not get drafted, but you came in immediately and made an impact for only 1 year. An NBA team took a chance on you, and you've went from multiple teams to getting your final destination at Portland, where you're not only trailblazing, but you're also putting in your efforts in your community and into your HBCU. You, sir, are purpose. beyond sports. Roll call. Let's take a trip to Tennessee State University, home of the Tigers and home of NBA star Robert Covington. And Robert Covington didn't always have this glamorous lifestyle that he lives today, but he was always a star athlete, especially coming out of high school, being named all-area and all-conference first-team honoree. From taking that talent, that drive, that hunger, and determination to Tennessee State University, within the first season, he was named Ohio Valley Conference All-Newcomer Team honoree. By his senior season, he became ranked 7th of all time at TSU with over 1,700 points and over 800 boards as a student athlete. Now, upon graduation, he always knew that he wanted to go to the pros, but he chose books over ball. And he graduated from Tennessee State University with a bachelor's in exercise science. Now, that did not stop him from shooting his shot at the NBA because he thought he had a perfect opportunity. He entered himself in the 2013 NBA draft, where unfortunately he wasn't drafted, but that didn't stop him from getting an opportunity as an undrafted free agent with the Houston Rockets G League affiliate team, the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. After being with them for one season, Robert Covington signed a 4-season deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. And then in 2018, he was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, where he spent 2 seasons before returning back to the Houston Rockets organization. And then he was traded to his now current team, the Portland Trail Blazers, where he's been making an entire impact at that organization. Now, he knows that what we face as HBCU athletes is not something that everyone glamorizes. So what he chose to do was make sure the kids in the area where he came up in also has access to pros like himself, and created a sports-specific camp called Allergic to Failure, better known as ATF. On top of that, he went back and made the largest single donation ever by an alum of TSU in the amount of $1 million to help build a practice facility for both men's and women's basketball programs. In honor of his $1 million donation, the facility will be named the Covington Pavilion. Robert Covington is only one of 2 active NBA players that came from an HBCU. So let me get this straight. You could go to Tennessee State University, be ranked 7th of all time in scoring and in rebounds. Not only did you not get drafted, but you came in immediately and made an impact. For only 1 year, an NBA team took a chance on you, and you went from multiple teams to getting your final destination at Portland, where you're not only trailblazing, but you're also putting in your efforts in your community and into your HBCU. You, sir, are purpose beyond sports. Well, that about does it for me. This has been another edition of the Culture Connect presented by Xfinity. I go by the ultimate female host, JC. And of course, make sure you're following us on all things social media, HBCU TGT, and your girl at starring JAYCEE. Now, you never know what school we gonna pull up to next. So make sure you stay tuned. Happy homecoming, and I'll see you next week.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education. No one receives a diploma alone. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Meet the scan. A simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
We got to celebrate our very own Queen Vivica A. Fox, who recently appeared on Fox hit show, The Masked Singer.
Cocktails with the Queens.
My phone was blowing up the whole night. They was like, I knew it was you. So now I go places they're like, what's up, Mother Nature?
Every Monday night.
I just want to say one thing. Can the people get out of my inbox? Because somebody think I'm the skunk, and I'm not.
On Fox Soul.
Masked Singer, you've already had one of the queens. Come get each one of them, all right?
Soulmates, welcome back to the HBCU Tailgate Tour Roadshow presented by Microsoft. I am Jalil.
And I'm Kyle on the mic. So excited to be here, man. We're having fun.
Yeah, listen, see, he got it in a nice name, Kyle on the mic. I swear I am just Jalil.
It's all right, man.
But
It's all right.
Kyle, we just wrapped up this week's Culture Connect. Well, not fully wrapped it up, but we got a little snippets from the Culture Connect. I can honestly say I enjoy seeing it each week.
Yeah.
You know, being some of that HBCU culture, you learn some new facts, you learn some new history. You know, what was some of the things that you like from the Culture Connect?
I mean, I loved how we tap into, like, this, the origin of everything, and how we just tap into the history, like you said, tap into this, the culture of our HBCUs, because, I mean, we're putting it out there, but you really got to dive in and give people that recognition, and also show them, you know, we see you out there. We see you doing your thing as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, being able to highlight things, you for those that found out today, Robert Covington, an alum from Tennessee State, NBA player, giving back to his community. Yeah. I love to see it.
Yes, we love it when people pour back into our community, because we can't forget where we came from, you know?
Come on now.
We need people that help us get to these platforms, so we got to do what we got to do and, you know, bring it back to the culture, the HBCU culture.
Exactly. Now, enough about some of the Culture Connect, all right? It's time to dive into this week's Geico Game of the Week.
Yeah.
All right, now, don't forget that you guys can save up to 15% by switching to Geico today, all right? This game is really crazy. You know why? It's an in-state rivalry between Tennessee State and Tennessee Tech, but it's also a conference rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know, you know, Tennessee State is not in your typical HBCU conference, the MEAC, SWAC, CIAA, SIAC, none of those. It's actually in its own conference with other schools, similar to how Hampton and A&T is in the Big South. And so the rivalries are a little different. The matchups are definitely a little different. So Eddie George definitely has his self and the team. They got something cut out for them today. But
definitely.
Also, what they have to do is they did start off with a slow start.
Yes.
You know, it would look crazy when they played Jackson State.
It was a little bit shaky.
Coach Sanders had something to prove that game.
Yes.
But since then, they've been able to pick it up. And I love to see it. And, you know, one thing I really do love is HBCU coaches being represented by NFL players.
Yes.
That's really, to me, bringing HBCU sports definitely to the forefront.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely to the forefront. And definitely, like we said, we want to make sure we drafting these HBCU players as well. So making sure we show them the recognition that they deserve and put some respect on our HBCU players in the HBCU name.
Yes, sir. I like how you said that, Kyle. I like how you said that. Nah, but look, we got so much for you all. But, Kyle, let them know what's coming up next.
Yes, but right now in today's game, we might as well let you guys know what's happening in HBCU sports. It is no other than our guy, Tolly Carr, to go give us our HBCU game day for another edition of our Culture Connect presented by Xfinity. So he's going to let us know everything that's happening with the HBCU sports. And, I mean, he has all the gems, all the culture, all the connect. But most importantly, he has you letting you know what's going on with sports. So, hey, Tolly, check it out. Let's see what you're talking about.
What's up, fam? The HBCU Tailgate Tour. We are in Nashville, home of Eddie George, playing days, coaching days, Nissan Stadium. Tennessee State is not done. They are on the move starting right now. This is the Culture Connect powered by Xfinity. I'm Tolly Carr. Man, we had a great weekend last weekend. We were at the tailgate. Yeah, we were hanging out with the crew. It was homecoming at Alabama A&M taking on Jackson State. Now, Alabama A&M ended up being on the menu for the football game, but, you know, outside of that, it was all good, right? All right, let's take a look at some other highlights from last weekend. It was Friday night under the lights. Howard, man, they had, what's that sauce they got in D.C., that mumbo sauce? Man, they put it on Morgan State. It wasn't even close. It was 27-0. Shout out to the Bison getting that MEAC win. Livingstone College, so much drama in the LC. They finally get on the scoreboard with the dub, taking it to team from my hometown in Raleigh. What's up, St. Aug? The Falcons not flying high in Salisbury. It was homecoming, y'all. Alcorn Grambling. Yeah, Alcorn If I'm not bothered was a person, it would be Alcorn State. No matter what adversity you think they're going through, they still produce wins. Noah Bodden still got a few things to learn in the SWAC, but he's a bad, bad boy, I tell you. Homecoming, that's the key word here, homecoming. Albany State had Edward Waters in town. It was a feast. That's what Albany State does, and they might be maybe your SIAC champions, contenders. I don't know. They're looking pretty strong. But is anyone stronger than Jackson State University? They took Alabama A&M to the woodshed, and afterwards, star quarterback Shedeur Sanders says, "Don't mess with my daddy."
Thinking when you disrespect Pops, what you expect gonna happen?
Y'all, it's game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day. Whether televised or streaming live in person while you're screaming, no more waiting, no more dreaming, y'all, it's game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day. Whether televised or streaming live in person while you're screaming, no more waiting, no more dreaming, y'all, it's game day. Tallahassee, from Jackson to Itadena, music blaring for comparing. They're saying my fit is clean and split the meaning from taking pictures to yelling at the referees. You be on this indefinitely. I hope a play was left for me. It's game day. We go from Birmingham to Baltimore. The spirit, I can hear it. It ain't something I can fault you for. The coach gonna have to halt the score. We about to blow them out. The culture is impeccable. It's something you should know about. Game day. Down in Atlanta up to Fayetteville. You know we got our tickets, gotta kick it. You can say it's real hard to explain the way I feel. When I'm in this neck of woods, heard them playing neck is good. Cut the school to check you should. Game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day. Whether televised or streaming live in person while you're screaming, no more waiting, no more dreaming, y'all, it's game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day. Whether televised or streaming live in person while you're screaming, no more waiting, no more dreaming, y'all, it's game day.
When you disrespect D-Man, the greatest, ever, that's what's gonna happen. It just happened. I don't think of it. It just came out. It's in my blood.
Big day. 61-15, fourth quarter. QB1 is done for the day.
I'm done. It's over with. I'm clocking out. Look, I know I'm in here. Keith Corbin ain't scored yet today, but he scored 2 times last week, so he's fine. Next week he'll get some.
Next week will be homecoming, so we're going to feed him then.
Homecoming. I say you ain't scored today, but next week you got to have 2.
Hey, bro, that dude say give Mo 4-5 starting all that old we going to get some more.
Hey, this is my thing. When you disrespect Pops, what you think happened?
The son got to take care of it.
Why you think I came? Yeah.
And I love him.
Hey, I'm the only one that can understand what he go through.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. So how you expect me to perform?
Well, Pops, Coach Prime said the scoreboard was going to do the talking. It looked pretty loud.
It did. We got a little straightening today, to be honest. Yeah. Hey, what I tell you though, what I say at SWAC media today, if we have a good day versus our defense, what does that mean? I'm just saying.
Because we play against a Power 5 defense every day.
I'm just saying. Look at them.
Yeah, look at that scoreboard.
Yeah, I felt comfortable coming out there with 7 points on there, and I didn't even touch the field.
So speaking of comfortable, offensive line, you stayed upright today.
Yeah, I did, and you see what happened.
So if 2 is standing straight up, you're going to pick them apart.
With ease. They know that though.
Hey man, congratulations on this win. We got some time left, but it's over. You out the game. Excellent work today. Let's celebrate your team. Let's get ready for homecoming.
Definitely.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
All right, we're in Nashville, baby, getting ready for Tennessee State. It's the HBCU Tailgate Tour. Do you know where we're going to be next weekend? I don't know. We keep it top secret. We don't let you know until Mondays. You have to catch the Black Report on Fox Soul, and then you'll find out with me and the rest of the world. All right, so it's always going to be a good weekend. This has been the Culture Connect, brought to you by Xfinity. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll talk to you a little later.
Y'all, it's game day. When the band is what you hearing, everybody here is cheering. All your worries disappearing, y'all, it's game day. Whether televised or streaming live in person while you're screaming, no more waiting, no more dreaming.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
We all know that T.I. is a legend in the game.
Fox Soul presents The Mix.
Your pops recently performed at Afro Punk and brought you out where you dropped some crazy bars.
I was supposed to surprise him and walk out on his set. It turned out dope, and we ended up rocking the stage.
Every Tuesday night.
Would you ever go toe-to-toe, against him in a rap battle?
Nah, not a rap battle.
On Fox Soul.
None of that.
Yes. Welcome back to our HBCU Tailgate Tour presented by Microsoft. I'm Kyle on the mic. Got my guy here, Jalil.
What up?
And Tom, you saw the recap video. When you disrespect Pops, what do you expect me to do? I mean, literally, man, the recap just showed the dynamic performance of both teams and also just the culture of all HBCUs together. I mean, listen, the score of that game was pretty hectic. Sanders, they came in and really showed, what they were about. But listen, I love this to see the culture of the band. The band was really, showing them what they can do. I felt we were on Drumline, one band, one sound out there, man. I mean, it was amazing. The food, the tailgate, the food, and just the culture.
Yeah.
The culture of all the schools together was just like, I don't know, amazing, man.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah.
And just being here each and every week, it just shows just how much I miss being back in school. And just, when I used to play sports, I stopped a little bit, got my life together. But, I mean, and also playing on a team, your father's a coach. Some people can't play with their parents.
This is true.
But, you see what Sanders get it done right now.
Yes, sir.
But speaking about sports right now, this year we are partnered up with Microsoft, all right? And our co-host, Kelly, could not be here with us today, but Kelly's going to show us love because she'll be chatting with one of the most influential minorities in the HBCU culture and sports. So through Microsoft Teams, this week we've connected with Tennessee State's head track and field coach, Coach Sandra Cheese. Now listen, their track and field is one team that you do not want to mess with. So check out our conversation with how Coach Cheese is continuing the legacy with historic programs at her HBCU and the culture, and of course it's with Kelly, y'all. So right now, check this out.
Hey guys, it's your girl, Kelly Wells Brinkley, your favorite Olympian, and if I'm not, I should be. This year, the HBCU Tailgate Roadshow has partnered with Microsoft to highlight some of the most influential minorities in HBCU athletics. Today, via Microsoft Teams, I'm chatting with one of my most favorite people that I learned about growing up in sports. It's Coach Cheese. She's a director of track and field at Tennessee State University. And if you don't know anything about Tennessee State when it comes to HBCU track and field in general, you need to go get in your history books because you know nothing. So Coach Cheese, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and give us, a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Kelly. Again, my name is Chandra Cheeseborough Geis. I am the director of men and women's track and field and cross country at Tennessee State University. I am in my 27th season. Oh my God. But it's been a joy. It's been a blessing. And I'm excited and thank you for having me.
Perfect. So tell me a little bit about your journey of how you started in track and field and then ended up at the illustrious Tennessee State, where my heart went. Coach Mamie Rollins, bless her, may she rest in peace. But let's talk about that. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
Well, my journey started at Tennessee State, and I was a high schooler. In 1975, I came to Tennessee State to run in Coach Temple's summer track program. But I'm going to back up a little more because in 1970, my sister was the county because girls was not doing the state meet in 1970. And my sister jumped 5'7" as the Western roll in 1970. If you know anything about high jumping, that is jumping. Yeah. So my sister came up to Coach Temple's summer track program in 1970, and she decided that Tennessee State was a little too far for her to come. We were from Jacksonville, Florida, and when she came back, my mom was so disappointed because she really wanted my sister to go off to college. And I was in the 6th grade at the time. And I told my mother, I'm going to go to Tennessee State and I'm going to run track and I'm going to make you proud. And maybe 4 years later, I reintroduced Coach Temple at the Junior Olympics in Lincoln, Nebraska, where he saw me and he asked my mom, can I come to a summer track program? And from 1975, I've been connected with Tennessee State University. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful story. And I love how your older sister kind of led the way, opened up some doors. My story is just the same. I have a sister 6 years older than me. That is exactly how I ended up in track. So that is beautiful. So tell me, what is coaching at such a historic program? What does that mean? What does that, how does that exemplify you as an alumni?
Well, it means a lot. For at first, I didn't want to come back after graduating, and then doing professional track. I was back in Jacksonville, and Coach Temple called, and he told me to apply for the position that he was getting ready to retire. And I'm like, I'm not going back to Nashville. No way. And so I didn't apply. And then the next phone call I got, it was Coach Temple and Wilma Rudolph. And Wilma and I were very, very good friends. And so, I mean, it didn't take that much convincing if Wilma was on the call, right?
Right.
But anyway, it's a done deal. So I went ahead and applied for the job. And it started out with 44 applicants. It went down to 11 and then 4. And 27 years later, I am the director of men and women's track and field.
Oh my gosh. That's yep, Wilma called. It's over you.
Yes.
So you brought up something that I wanted to touch on. Give me a little glimpse. So I know, but give the people a little glimpse about your professional track and field endeavors, things that you've won, because you have a long list.
Well, I started out in 75 when I was a junior in high school. I won the Pan American Games. It was a little controversy of me winning because at the time, Pam Giles, one of the American top sprinters, she had won the 100 in Mexico when we were in Mexico City. And so I was in lane 1. I'm not sure what lane she was in, but we hit the tape we thought almost together, but they thought she was the winner. But when we got up to the podium, I was first and she was second. But they draped her first and draped me. So we had to get off the stand and exchange medals. It was a photo finish and it was me winning. So that's where and that was at the age of 16. And so from there, I made the 76 Olympic team as a high schooler. I was the 6th fastest in the world in 1976. I made the 100-meter finals as a 17-year-old.
Wow.
So then came to Tennessee State in 1977, graduated from high school. I missed my high school graduation because I had an opportunity to try out for the U.S. versus Russia. And I made that team and I was in Russia and my mom received my diploma. So I didn't get a chance to walk across the stage. At that time, I felt like, okay, I can walk when I'm in college. So it didn't make a big deal. But anyway, it was a blessing. I wouldn't have an opportunity to go to Russia just paying out of my pocket, So track and field has opened a lot of doors for me. And then in 1980, they boycotted and we didn't get a chance to go because they were in Russia went to Afghanistan. And I guess how many years later now, from 80 to now, we just came out of Afghanistan. So to me, it was maybe pointless, but, I wasn't the president and you don't make those decisions. But I still had another opportunity to run in the 84 Olympics where I was the first female to run the 4x1 and the 4x4 to receive gold medals, and I received the silver medal in the 400 meters.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations
thank you.
on all of that. And so, with all of that success, our HBCU tailgate tour really does exist to highlight people like you, people like me, people, that have come from all walks of life that have brought us into this pool that makes us HBCU alumni. Now, what does that mean to you? What does our culture mean to you? Because it's very different from what you experience at a PWI. So, what does that mean from you being on staff for all these years and also being a student?
Well, what I like about HBCU, you're probably could get a job easily to from your university. That's like giving back, where they recognize that the hard work that you have given to the university, and then they're willing to put you in position to lead. Now, I think that's really big. And you see kids like me and you at a HBCU, and you want to help them. You want to help them to get a degree, like you got a degree. That's big to me. And not that I won't recruit a minority, but I still like to educate and help my people as well. So I bleed blue. I am Tennessee State. We're coming up to homecoming soon. So we're excited
Oh,
because we don't have just homecoming one day. We have homecoming a whole week here at Tennessee State. So it's activities, and people take their vacations just to come back to our homecoming at Tennessee State University. So we're excited around here, and I'm excited that that I am at a HBCU. I can remember a couple of opportunities that came forth for me to go to a big PWI, but the Lord said He didn't call me to that. He called me to Tennessee State, so I'm still here, and I've been blessed with financial. It's not just I'm here with nothing. God has allowed the finance to come along with me staying. Sometimes we don't have as much as the PWIs, but for some reason, He has allowed me to win 9 championships here at Tennessee State. So I'm still looking for that one on the men's side, and I can taste it, and it's so to come.
so what you talked about giving back and like looking back, what would you tell that young girl that wants to be a coach or, a girl that's coming up under you? What kind of advice would you give her to have such success like you've had?
I think being able to stick with it. Sometimes we so easily to give up when we don't have everything. When somebody got 10 and you only have 5, you still can make it work. I think just being dedicated and sticking through no matter what, because adversities are going to come. You're not going to have everything, but if you learn to stick with something, you'll see the reward in the end.
And there's been a lot of talk in the media about this new NIL rule. Students can make money off their name, image, and likeness. Do you think that will have any impact on HBCUs? And, do you think that it'll trickle down into track? Because, we're definitely not a revenue generating sport. Do you see that having any impact in our arena?
Well, it'll take a little while before it get to us, because they really don't have it ironed out yet. So we really got to, just pay attention and be patient. But I think it's a long time coming because, you know, student athletes has been exploited a long time, making money for the universities, and they're not getting anything back. I can say for me, I was ahead of my time because if I was running here today, what they're running now, I still match up with the top. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was a little ahead of my time, but it's all good because someone has to open the doors and someone has to be the trailblazer. But I just thank God that He gave me an opportunity to be who I am.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So before we wrap up, give us a little glimpse of what we can expect from you, where we can find you, what you and the team have coming up.
Well, right now, since COVID has changed everything, we usually have a December meet to see where your training went, but we won't have that this year. We'll do our blue and white meet on November the 14th here in our arena. We do have an indoor facility, and we've had an indoor facility for a long time. People didn't know that since 1980 we had an indoor facility. So it's not that many, huh?
Our first stop in 2019 when we did this was our first year for the tailgate tour. We came to the campus, and I would say that you guys have a beautiful campus.
Yes.
That thing is immaculate.
Well, we're proud of our campus, and we do. We're working on getting a new indoor facility and a new outdoor facilities. Those are two things that our new AD is working on really hard, and we're excited about that. It's soon to come. And what the advice that I would give a young person to do your research. I know that a lot of young people are not into history, but because of our history, that make us. And one thing I would like to share, the history of Tennessee State Tiger Bells. When I recruit an incoming freshman, once they get here, they have to do a book report on a living Tiger Bell. And they have to call them and do a 2-page interview to see what it was like when they were here at Tennessee State. I don't want them to think that they just coming into a regular program. This is history. This is legendary. We have 40 Olympians, over 40 Olympians that came through Tennessee State. And I want them to know that history. And the history won't die if I'm continuing to allow them to know what they're stepping into. So they got to do the history. They got to know where they're going and what they want when they go there. So I know everybody's not going to be an Olympian, but you can graduate. And like my legendary coach said, track and field open the door. Education keeps it open.
And there's no more that needs to be said. So on that note, thank you so much for your time today. I know that you are all over the place and busy, but I thank you for being here with us today and just sharing a little bit about your program and all the wonderful things that you have going on.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing and calling me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So this is your girl, Kelly Wells Brinkley, your favorite Olympian, with the HBCU Tailgate Tour Roadshow powered by Microsoft, signing off. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back, soulmates. It is Kyle on the mic, and welcome to the HBCU Tailgate Roadshow 2021 presented by Microsoft. And right here, you may be wondering, where'd Jaleel go? Listen, Jaleel had to step off real quick because I'm about to introduce the guy who's about to get the vibe started because it's almost time for the tailgate. I'm hosting, but what's a host without a DJ? We got DJ Kid Green with me right now, man. How you feeling today, man?
Good, brother. Happy to be here, man.
And listen,
I like what y'all doing.
We're going to have some fun, all right? This is the quiet before the storm.
Most definitely.
Hey, let the soulmates know what HBCU did you go to? I mean, it's an HBCU Tailgate Tour, so.
Yeah, so I went to Alcorn State University. We call it Alcorn State in Mississippi. It's located in Lorman, Mississippi. That's why all my roots, my foundation began in my career and everything. So.
Yeah, and speaking about your career, you've done a lot of amazing things and done amazing projects. I'm sure we can just go and talk about the whole resume, but how did your HBCU experience influence your career in DJing today?
Honestly, Alcorn provided me a platform at the time to DJ. I was doing a lot of intramural games, football games, basketball games there. That's kind of where I started at, doing intramural games, and that led into doing Greek and college parties, which ultimately led into doing more professional DJ services out in the community, like corporate events, weddings.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah, things like that. But Alcorn provided more than just that for me as an opportunity, though, because I majored in education. And ultimately, they provided a platform for me to ultimately start to working in higher education. So my first actual professional career was working at Alcorn State in the Department of Education. Which ultimately led to where I'm at today, working at Middle Tennessee State University in multicultural affairs. So I've been through various different avenues within higher education, but if it wasn't for Alcorn, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So
now we love to hear it. We throughout this whole show, we're talking about how we're pouring into HBCUs and how when we get experiences, we want to pour into them as well, but also how they pour into us. So you did your due diligence there. You did what you had to do, and now look, you're working back at your HBCU and doing the stuff you learned in education to educate the youth. Because we need black teachers, we need black educators out here to really give us that experience of what life is, to get us hype about life and excited about life.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people just graduated. I'm sure this pandemic was crazy, but shout out to all the black educators like like yourself who've been helping people. And no, man, so what do you think influences HBCU culture? Like, what makes the HBCU culture so special? What do you think it is?
Man, for over 100 years, bro, HBCUs have consistently been producing and educating minority students, man, providing us with economic opportunities and providing, us as minorities, the platform to be future leaders here nationally and all over the world, man. I think that what makes it special is the values that they instill in us. Being able to work with people who are similar to you and having that similar culture and identity in a place of belonging that a HBCU provides. And studies show minority students are like 16% more likely to graduate at an HBCU than they are at a PWI.
Yeah.
So it's phenomenal, man. I support HBCUs. I love my alma mater, Alcorn State University. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them. So.
Yes, we love to hear it. So, again, I appreciate you, DJ Kid Green. Let them know we out here doing our thing.
Yep.
Hey, appreciate you so much for being here for our HBCU Tailgate Road Show. I'm Kyle on the mic. And, look, let them know who you are and let them know where they can follow you at as well.
Yeah, DJ Kid Green. You can follow me on IG at DJKIDD Green, like the color.
That's right. So make sure you follow him, keep up with him, and also support his mixes. Y'all going to see the recap. We got to have this tailgate popping. But again, this is the HBCU Tailgate Tour Road Show 2021. I'm Kyle on the mic, and thank you so much for tuning in, soulmates.
Word.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
I heard there was a social media blackout. I heard that it was because the mix was coming back.
This weekend on Fox Soul.
Are y'all excited about the new time?
It's the perfect happy hour time. I mean, it really is.
Watch your favorite shows of the week.
It was a celebrity, wasn't it?
I plead the fifth. I do not kiss and tell.
Well, if it wasn't, you would say no, there wasn't a celebrity, right?
Fox Soul Weekend.
There was more than one.
Spending time outdoors has never felt more valuable. Whether it's exploring nature or relaxing in your yard, let's do it responsibly. Before going out, check for closures and fire restrictions. Practice social distancing, even when outside and on the trail. Back at home, if burning yard debris, keep your pile small. And no matter where you are, be sure to properly extinguish any outdoor fire. Drown, stir, drown, feel. We're all in this together. Help keep our safe places safe.
I was young when I learned there was a difference between us and them. The only crown I've ever worn is the one growing out of my head. But I have a secret that will expose them all. So whether they like it or not, I belong here.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the HBCU Tailgate Tour Road Show presented by Microsoft. It's Jalil.
And I'm Kyle on the mic, man. Great show so far, man.
Hey, Kyle, it's definitely been an amazing day. Now, it's my first time actually co-hosting with you, man. I want to say you did an amazing job.
Appreciate you as well.
Hey, man, it must be like that new side, countryside love, that E-Sig, new side, Bowie State, Virginia State has been in the building. Enough about us, though. Yeah. Today has been an amazing show. It's been a great showcase of everything that you can get, not only from the Culture Connect, but to the sports. And I'm excited about this rivalry today.
Oh, I'm excited about the rivalry today, too. Look, I'm going to be in the game, so I'm going to see how it's going to happen. But I know the rivalry last week was great, but this one, they're going to be shaking the stadium today, all right? Nissan going to be going drifting and everything today, all right? It's going to be crazy. I can't wait, man.
Nah, you're right about that. You're going to get that HBCU culture. I mean, the aristocratic bands is probably going to have it crazy during halftime, so I can't wait for the Tennessee Tigers to take the field. I don't know. Tennessee Tech, it's a rival, so you never know what happens.
It's going to be good. We already saw the band and police escort coming by. I got goosebumps. I'm like, I'm ready to see. I love the sports, but I love the culture when it comes to the music and everything, too.
You do not have HBCU culture. You do not have HBCU football without the band.
Without the band. One band what? One sound.
Come on. And it might be all about the tubas, baby.
Come on. And the drums and a little clarinets, add a little beat to it, you know. But listen, I cannot wait until next week. We're not going to say where we're going, but I'm excited.
Yeah, and we're not going to say where we're going, but if you are interested, make sure you guys check out the Black Report on Fox Soul this week to find out where we are going today. We're wrapping it up here in Nashville. Next week, we will be seeing you all once again. I am Jalil.
And I'm Kyle on the mic.
And you guys stay safe, and we'll see you next week.